I'm going to take a second to talk to you about underdogs.
Eagles fans everywhere, this is for you.
Fly, Eagles flying on the team. Touchdown, touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a Bird Gang Nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man soft. Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco, thanks for tuning in.
What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Joe Castro, aka Philly Fresco, and it is Philly the podcast. What's poppin', everybody? What's going on? These lives are becoming a little bit too infrequent for me, so we're gonna have to start doing these a little bit more. But it's good to see everybody in here already. So if you don't know the news, here it is. You know, it has been a very slow, very boring off-season free agency, but the Philadelphia Eagles liven it up a bit and give the Eagles fans something that they've been asking for, and that is Kelly Green jerseys. Kelly Green is coming back. If I did not have a green screen behind me, I'd be rocking the old school John, but gotta rock the black so I make sure y'all see it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm excited, man. I'm excited. This is big, man. I'm you know, obviously this has nothing to do with the game, right? This is kind of just I feel like it was perfect timing because we were all a little bit upset about how everything was going. Not all of us, but some of us were pretty upset about how things were going. So at least we have this to be excited about. I want to know, what jersey are you getting? Because off rip, shout out to my guy Brandon. Brandon already said he needs that Devontae Smith in the Kelly Green. I'm probably going to need, I'm thinking Quez. I'm thinking Smith would be a good one. You know, Hassan Riddick, you know, he just came to the squad, so that would be a good one. But what's good to everybody in the chat already, man? Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. Shout out to the sponsor of this video, betus.com. Shout out to them, man. They're matching every deposit up to 125%. So you put whatever you put in there, they're gonna go ahead and match it. Be sure to go over there, use code JOIN125. The link is in the chat. But what's going on, Carlos? What's going on, Ryan Rowe? Philly Ace in the building said, I can't wait for the midnight Kelly Green in 2023. It feels like tomorrow, if I'm being honest, right? It's like when you know you're about to get something crazy once Christmas comes around and you're just waiting for Christmas. It feels like it's tomorrow, but it's gonna feel like that every day until 2023. So I can't wait. I'm definitely looking forward to it. What's going on, Tamari? What's going on? What's going on, John Jones? Brandon, speak of the devil. He said the hype's gonna get a Smith jersey and them Kelly Greens. Got to. You got to. You definitely got to, man. That's what's up. John Jones says, yeah, you guys here 2023 next year. Kelly Green gonna be my second favorite color. I love Kelly Green. I already have a bunch of stuff in Kelly Green. I have the hat. If you guys have probably seen the hat if you watch enough lives. I got the hat. I got two hats actually that are both in Kelly Green, and one of them has the old school style eagle on it. But I'm hyped. I mean, it has nothing to do with football. We could talk football as well, but I'm excited for it, man. I'm getting a Reggie White Kelly Green. Oh, you can get that right now. You can get that right now. I have, is my Dawkins Kelly Green? No, I think it's just the regular midnight green. I can't remember. Eagles has landed. What's going on? He says, I love the idea of the black helmets with the black unis. Finally, the Kelly Green has returned to Philly. Can you smell what the Eagles are cooking? If all they wore was the black on black and the Kelly Green all year, I would be cool. I don't think we would lose a game. John Jones says, how are you, Joe Castro? I'm getting whoever we get in the draft. I'm cool, man. I'm good. Yeah, this draft is an interesting one. We'll definitely, tap into the draft. I'm like out of the lighting, so my girlfriend's gonna beat me up when she watches it. But yeah, I'm excited about this draft. I'm excited about this offseason. Nothing, like I said, it's not a bunch of sexy picks, but we made some good pickups, some decent guys that are gonna bring some value to this team. So we'll talk. If you guys want to talk draft, we can talk draft. Whatever y'all want to talk, I'm here for it. I got about an hour to kill, so help me out, help me help y'all. Whatever y'all want to know. We have been working on some interviews. We are gonna get some more guys on the show. We're gonna start ramping back up. Heading into this draft. Obviously, we got the mock draft going right now, so I'm excited for that. Philly A says I'm going to need to get Hurts in the Kelly Green jersey. That's gonna be a hot one. That's definitely going to be a hot one. Philadelphia Eagles fan 2 says Slay. Oh, Slay's a good one. I didn't think of that. That's a good one. Mylata Hurts. Mylata's another really good one. Sanders will look good in Kelly Green. They definitely will. Kelly Green Slay. I respect it. Are we getting the old helmets? I'm not sure. That's a good question. If anybody knows that in the chat, definitely let us know. I'm not sure about the actual helmets. Let me throw moderators at people. If you ain't got a mod, we changing that today. If you ain't got a moderator, if you ain't got a wrench, we changing that today. You getting Smitty? Yeah, you got to get Devontae Smith. I got to bite Brandon's style on that one. I got to get the Devontae Smith. Now the Mylata, that one was a good one. I definitely got to get the Mylata. But I want a Quez. I rock with Quez Watkins. I'm a real big fan of Quez Watkins. So get me a Quez Watkins one. What year did the Birds go to Kelly Green? That's a good question. Like, you're talking about originally or right now? Because right now they're going back to it at 2023. I don't know when they originally started wearing it. Maybe like the 60s, I'm assuming. I don't know. That's a good question. Brandon says, "What? Who's better, Wentz or Hurts?" Nah, we ain't doing that. We ain't doing that today. Tamari says, "What? If you don't got a single thing in Kelly Green, then you're not a real Eagles fan." It's true. Everything's in Kelly Green. Everything that they sell, because we wanted it for so long. I'm surprised that it took this long for us to announce that we were going to bring it back, because, I mean, come on. Like, we've wanted it for so long. This is something we've been talking about for a long time. Do you think the Eagles will draft Devin Lloyd? That's a good question. Honestly, I think that having 3 draft picks changes probably our philosophy a little bit, because it's not a normal draft for us. But if we don't keep those 3 draft picks and we only keep 2, which I'm assuming we're leaning towards, if we can get a good draft, a trade partner, I should say, I don't think so. I really don't think so. You look at this draft, it's very deep at the linebacking position. I think that you look into day 2, maybe day 3, even, early day 3, you're going to get some good guys, some good starting guys at the linebacking position. And then you add in a Kaiser White, you add in whoever they think is, a healthy Davion Taylor. I guess that's nothing to really scoff at, because realistically last year when Davion Taylor played, there was a big difference. And I think the offsetting or the differences of the two between him and TJ or Edwards, I just think that they're different enough linebackers that they really complement each other well. So I want to hope that my Eagles go ahead and grab a top tier linebacker in this draft. I just don't think they will. I don't think that they see the value in it, but I love Devin Lloyd. I really do. John Jones says, I'm looking forward to the draft. How many more weeks, Joe, till the draft? We got 3.5-ish. Want to say like 3.5, right? Because it's like the end of April, so we're almost there. Maybe 4 weeks exactly. It's becoming an alternate jersey, and we are getting rid of any jersey. Yeah, I would love to just, he said, Kelly Green Metcalf. Yeah, we could hope. I would love for it to be our number one. I love the Kelly Green. I love the Kelly Green and black on black. I don't know about y'all, when it becomes Madden time, you know what I'm saying? I'm playing with the Kelly Green or the black on black. Well, they don't have the Kelly Green, so I do the black on black. But now it's going to be in Madden too, so I'm definitely rocking it in Madden. But I mean, and you look at now. You look at the rest of this free agency class, right? I've been wanting to say this for a while. You look at the rest of this free agency class. I don't think we're going to make any moves. I know I've seen a lot of people saying that the Eagles aren't, done. The Eagles got moves in mind. I don't think we do. I really don't think we do. And if we do, they're going to be underwhelming, moves. For Howie Roseman and this staff to say that they've been looking for Kaiser White for the whole, since the whole time, that tells me that they went into this offseason, into this free agency with a low spending mindset. Like they weren't going to go get big tier players or big name players. So, you could wear Kelly Green in Madden? Am I tweaking? I'm gonna have to double check. I think they re-signed Derek Barnett because the guy from Michigan got hurt. I forgot his name. Now BG's injury maybe affected it. I think that BG's age and Fletcher Cox's, uncertain future, I guess we can put it as that, really is what is kind of making these guys say, all right, we need to get young at this defensive line position. We're so used to our defensive line being so good, but that's because we kept on adding, veteran guys that were hitting, and up until Malik Jackson, our veteran ads were hitting, like Ryan Kerrigan didn't necessarily work out. Malik Jackson obviously didn't necessarily work out because of the injuries and stuff. But we were doing well with these veteran pickups, and now we're just not getting the same production that we were before. And I think that the Eagles are starting to move towards getting a young core of pass rushers, right? That like we kind of build off, because we kind of built off of, it was for a long time it was Brandon Graham and Fletcher Cox's defensive line, right? And there was guys that kind of were just put in place around them. But now we got to find those new guys. Olave or Christian Wilson would be a great wide receiver position. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't mind Chris Olave or Christian Wilson. It's Watson, I think, Christian Watson from North Dakota. I could be wrong about that, but Chris Olave is going to be a first-round pick. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those. I think it's maybe 3 guys that are locks to go in the first round as far as wide receivers, and I think he's one of them. So if you want to take him in the first round, then that's cool. That's where he's predicted to be. He's a fast guy, good route runner. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people put Garrett Wilson ahead of him. I don't know. I think it's a 1A, 1B type conversation. I think they're very good. And then Christian Watson is a guy that you could probably get day 2 late, maybe early day 3. So if you pull the trigger on that, I would not be mad at all. What's going on, Marianne? What's going on? Why everybody commenting like 5 times? Is that what's happening? That's weird. I'm telling you, my OBS bugs out. Philly says they need to draft Garrett Wilson. If we get a wide receiver, I've said this before off air, I'm not huge into getting a wide receiver. I don't think it's a need right now for the Eagles. But if we do get a wide receiver, I want it to be Garrett Wilson. I just like his attitude. And I don't like OSU. I hate OSU. I'm a Penn State fan. I hate anything that has O, S, and U in it. You know what I'm saying? So, but Garrett Wilson is a dog, and he's one of those guys that lets you know that he just made you look dumb. Like, I want a wide receiver on this team that's going to look at the cornerback after they're done. You know what I'm saying? I want an Allen Iverson of wide receivers right now. Step over your defender real quick and let him know you just, sauced him up. They're still going to take Ajabo. Barnett might be a placeholder for this year. Marianne, that's a great point. If he drops to the second, I can see that. You're going to really... Excuse me. You're going to have to really pass up on people that can help you right now to take a Jabbo in the first round. And I can't see it happen. If we get another second-round pick, or if he falls to our second-round pick, I can see the Eagles taking a chance on him there. That's our spot, right? That's like our injured reserve spot. That's for some reason almost every person that we select in the second round is either injury prone or injured as soon as we pick them. So you look at that second round, maybe that's where they want to grab him. We would be a perfect spot for somebody like a Jabbo now, though, right? Because we don't need him to play right now. He could sit behind somebody like a Brandon Graham that can kind of teach him how to be a pro and how to be an NFL player without having to really touch the field. So I think we'd be a great place for him if I'm real. Minshew and Kelly Green would look fire. We might see it. I'm surprised he's still here. If I'm being 100% honest, and that's not no hate towards, Gardner Minshew. If I was Gardner Minshew, I'd want to be gone by now. I'd want to be out. But it is what it is. Bull on the Kelly Green jersey, unless jersey sells the team. How many times did the Steelers wear those Bumblebee uniforms? I don't know why they... I don't know. I'm look, like I said, jerseys don't do anything. Jerseys don't do anything but, hype up us type fans that get excited over stuff like this. But at the same time, them Bumblebee uniforms, man, they need to burn those things. Those things are ugly. I ain't going to sit here and hold you, though. There's been a time or two where I've played as the Steelers and I've worn them just because, I don't know. But they're ugly. They are definitely ugly, Richard. You got me there. Greek Warrior's happy. That's good to see. That's a rarity. Greek Warrior, I'm glad to see you happy, brother. He says, yes, finally, Eagles green. Yeah, I'm hyped, man. I'm hyped. OSU has become wide receiver university. They have. What year did Kelly Green jerseys come out? I don't know. I could tell you. I got the internet, though. I'll tell you that much. When did the Eagles start wearing Kelly Green? I'm going to make a guess and say it's going to be like the 60s. Wow, I was way off. So 1935. That's crazy. So they started in 1935. I was 30 years off. That's not too bad. Joe, can you watch the draft on PhiladelphiaEagles.com draft? Possibly, probably. I'm going to be watching it on TV. I almost want to go down there. I applied for credentials. I don't think I'm going to get them this year, but either way, if they let me go, I'm going. I'm going. First class. How many times did the Packers wear those gray and blue jerseys? Mr. Lurie does not. I mean, they've wore them. They've wore them. I don't know what that has to do really with us. I think that we'll wear them. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that they're going to, like I said, I don't think they're going to be our main fashion, but I definitely think we'll wear them. I want linebacker, defensive tackle, cornerback, safety, tight end, and wide receiver. I respect that. In that order, you're saying? What's going on, Show Enough? What's going on, Joe? Remember the Tampa game? Unfortunately, I do. Unfortunately, I do. The Kelly Green came back out in the 60s. That's what I was thinking, 65, but it said 35, and then it said it came back in 2007. I would have to look more into it. We have a playoff quarterback that's 23 that has improved every year. I don't know. We do. That's not a lie. Nothing you said there is technically a lie. Will the Eagles have the new logo or old logo on the Kelly Green jerseys? That's a good question. I'm assuming it's going to be still a new logo. My boy in the state, the Bucks were Jalen Hurts. Yeah, it was bad, dude. It was bad. Where's the draft this year? I want to say, isn't it in Las Vegas? I want to say it's in Las Vegas. What's going on, Sugar Daddy Williams? What's going on? Appreciate you. Yeah, I want to say it's in Las Vegas. I would love to go out to the draft this year. Next year, it's supposed to be in Detroit. I would never go to Detroit so it might not be too many people at that one. Because who's going to Detroit? Ain't nobody going to Detroit. Kevin Cobb and Michael Vick, last quarterbacks to wear Kelly Green. Facts. It's an LV. Yes, sir. Yeah, Las Vegas is going to be lit. That's going to be a dope. They should just keep it out there. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, bring it to Philly every now and then because Philly had it lit. But other than that, nobody's going to go to the Detroit game, the one. Who's going to want to get willingly, you know what I'm saying, get a hotel to go to Detroit. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing it. You got me messed up. You got me messed up. I'm not doing it. Did you see TJ recruiting Parsons back home? He should. That's what's up. What's going on, Michael DeJean? I didn't see that, but that's funny. That he should. You talking about TJ Edwards? I would love to have Michael Parsons back in here, man. That hurt. Watching him go to the Cowboys, man. I always see this. I always see it. I'm always the one that has to deal with all the Penn State players going to random teams. I had to go see Saquon go to the Giants. I had to see Parsons go to the Cowboys. Like, I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of it. I didn't do anything to deserve this. I really don't believe I did. What's going on, Jermaine? Jeremiah, excuse me. What's going on, Jeremiah? I like that. I like when I go through my chat and I see nothing but wrenches. That's what I'm talking about. That's love right there. That's love. We got 30 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're a betting man, be sure to go check out betus.com. Use my code. You're going to get 125% of your deposit matched. Like, come on. Like, we try to look out. You know what I'm saying? We a family, so I try to look out for my family. Don't go to no random betting site talking about just put your money here. No, we going to match you 125%. We go against Doug Peterson this year. I hope we draft Jaquan Brisker in the second. I would love Jaquan Brisker. I've literally not had one since probably the beginning of the off season. I have not had one mock draft that he has fell to the second round, and rightfully so. He's like right in that mid, like I think he's like the second, maybe third best safety, depending on how you rank him. Parsons dreamed of playing for Dallas. Yeah, I know. That was sad. No Brunson for the... Oh, for real? Brunson point guard for the Mavs. He used to play for Villanova. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Why is it taking so long for us to trade for DK? Man, I don't think it's going to happen. I do not think it's going to happen. I would love for it to happen, but I don't think it is. So we should draft Brandon Smith from LB. You know, look, if he's there in the third round, I do. You know, that's tough. That's a tough, you know, question to answer, and simply because when you look at what Brandon Smith does very well, it kind of goes with what Kaiser White does pretty well. So, I mean, if you feel like that hole is filled by Kaiser White, then maybe you don't. But in my heart of hearts and my mentality, I would probably still draft him because you still need that guy. He's a good pass coverage guy, right? So, like, you need that in the NFL. So even if Kaiser White doesn't work, exactly. Well, all these mods, there's no excuse to not hit that like button, Jeremiah. Talk to it. Let me look at the like button. We got 30 people in here and 17 likes. 30 people in here, 17 likes. Just hit that like button for me real quick. Brisker had 22 reps of 225 and he ran a 440. Bro, he's nice, man. Jaquan Brisker is nice. The Penn State defense was no joke. The Penn State defense was very good last year. So I would love to get some players off that team. Just like we talk about Georgia and we're like, just get some Georgia boys and we'll be good on defense. I kind of feel the same way about certain players. Like, like Tariq Castro-Fields is kind of inconsistent, but if you can get him like day 3, he's not a terrible player at the cornerback position. I'm trying to remember the other linebacker that we have that's not Brandon Smith, but he's pretty good, and he's another day 3 guy. You know, a couple of like the Mustafa, I think his last name is, our defensive tackle. He kind of got hurt this year, so I think that kind of hurt his stack. But he's good as well. You know what I'm saying? A pure run stopper. So I think we have some players on that Penn State defense that can really make something shake in the NFL. He's going to want to leave. They're going to be perennial losers. To the Cowboys, Cowboys ain't looking good. We could move back up in the second to get Brisker. I wouldn't be mad at that at all. I would not be mad at that at all. Wyatt might get drafted by us. Devontae Wyatt is a definite guy I got my eye on and probably on the Eagles' radar. I've said this numerous times. I know we all kind of get, in love, and we get enamored with the numbers, right? When we see these guys run, jump, and scream or whatever the heck they do at the combine. But Jordan Davis is a freak of nature. So if you just look at that and say, Tracy, we're just going to give you a dog, Tracy Rocker, our D-line coach, we're just going to give you a dog, see what you can do with him, then he's a guy to do it with. But, you know, Devontae Wyatt is he's more NFL ready in my opinion. Jordan Davis is NFL ready, but you still got to mold him into being what his body might, you know, allot him to be. Devontae Wyatt is going to be a dog. For real, we might draft both. I wouldn't be surprised if we draft both because Devontae Wyatt can move outside if he wants to. You know, not every down, kind of like a Milton Williams. Milton Williams was seeing more of the outside towards the end. For real, Joe, the Detroit draft is lame. Nobody's gonna be there. Maybe Will Smith, because Will Smith about that life now. You know what I'm saying? Will Smith definitely about that life, so maybe he's gonna be out there. I wouldn't be surprised. He's gonna be out there smacking somebody. Watch how he drafts Sean Clifford when he's eligible for the draft. If he, bro, I made a joke about this last year to some of my friends about Sean Clifford, and I was like, yo, if they he's such a Howie guy, you know, because he reminds me of Jalen Hurts, but not even as good as Jalen Hurts. Sean Clifford's a weird one, but we need him in this offense because when he wasn't in the offense, it just like fell apart. So, you know, it is what it is. For other draft, it's like, yeah. I don't know why it's repeating so many of the comments. Wyatt is Cox's replacement. Wyatt will sack the QB. That's the thing, Marianne. That's the thing. Wyatt is more so of a Fletcher Cox than Jordan Davis is. Like I said, Jordan Davis is just like that, you know, he's that piece of clay that you're just like, I can mold this into something. Devontae Wyatt, I think, is already kind of, he's one of those like paint by the numbers guy. Like he's already got the outline of what he is. You just got to kind of mold in the, you know, fill in the paint here and there, right? So I think that's, you know, what they might go after. I wouldn't be mad at it. William says, you guys have a ton of draft picks. I don't think that even Howie can mess this up. I hope not. That's the hope. That is definitely the hope. Doug Peterson said that the Jags might draft an O-lineman with the first. I wouldn't be surprised. Like an Evan Neal. I really wouldn't be surprised. They got to worry about if they can't trade back, because they don't need another pass rusher. Like what they need is to protect their quarterback so that they can start to become a sexy team. So that in year 2, you know, Doug Peterson can get his Alshon Jeffery, right? So that he can get somebody to pair with him. Obviously, they were able to make a move for Christian Kirk, but is he a number 1? He'll prove that this year if he's a number 1 or not. I wouldn't mind drafting both. As a matter of fact, I would prefer that. I wouldn't mind it at all. It would be scary, but you got to also think from their point of view. They're looking at it like we still got Javon Hargrave, so I don't think 2 defensive tackles that early would be on their plate. Maybe if Devontae Wyatt falls to the second round somehow. The Marvin Leo's another guy that I got my eye on. I would not mind drafting. He said you just started following it. I think Howie goes after Sauce and Wyatt in the first, then trade out. If we could walk out with that, I would be cool. I would be cool with that. If we walked out with Sauce and Wyatt, I would be cool with that. Commanders jersey, but this dude. What's going on, Infamous 2K? This dude. Temporarily a Washington fan now. I have no expectations, therefore I will not be disappointed. That's the mentality to have. I'm not mad at you. We don't hear nothing about Elam. What's up with him? I love Elam. Look, Elam, I don't even think he had a rough year. I think that this past year was really weird for a lot of the top prospects because you can look at Derek Stingley and have questions about him. Kyer Elam, another one. But when you have that type of size, speed, length, like he has elite length. You know what I'm saying? That's what a lot of people love about Sauce Gardner is that he's like a pterodactyl with his arms, right? So like you look at Kyer Elam, he's standing at like 6'2", don't quote me on this, I think 6'2", 200 pounds, something around there. I really don't know why he's falling down people's boards. I think that he's a really good player. I think there's things that you got to work on with him. Obviously, Marianne is probably already typing as we speak that he can't tackle, but you know, there's a lot of guys in this draft that can't tackle at the quarterback position. So I don't know if that really pushes me away. I can't wait to see y'all twice a year. I remember when Infamous used to be an Eagles fan. Y'all remember that? We're the OGs that remember Infamous 2K being an Eagles fan. We miss you, Infamous. Did you see the Broncos sign Alex Singleton and the Steelers signed Jannard Avery? Yeah, shout out to Jernard Avery. He put out like a whole thank you to Philly. Well, not a whole. He literally just said thank you, Philly, on Twitter. But yeah, Alex Singleton as well. Alex Singleton put out a nice little thing. Good for them. I hope that they catch on. I hope that they are able to do something. Jernard Avery, let's never forget, was a waste of a 4th round pick, I believe, right? 4th or 3rd, something like that from the Browns. So absolute waste of a pick by Howie. So let's not forget that. Alex Singleton, good for him. He's going to be fighting for a starting role. So how you been, Missy, man? I've been good, bro. I've been good. I haven't been able to, go live nearly as much as I want to, but I'm glad people still put up with me, still come back and put up with me. I appreciate y'all. I really do appreciate y'all. All right, so we got 33 people in here, 23 likes. Take a second, like that. You know what I'm saying? Like this, John, real quick. If you're happy that Kelly Green jerseys are coming back, can I get a like? That's all I want. Oh damn! Everybody in this mug got a wrench. Yeah, man, that's what I do. You new in here? Cause we can get you a wrench too. Cause we getting you a wrench. I don't know why I'm talking like that. I'm hyped today. I'm just hyped. I'm excited. We got you a wrench of Ryland. I like that. That's a cool name. That's a cool name. Ryland. What's your last name? Yancey. If you're not an Eagles fan, let me know so I can take away that wrench. But easy money. In all actuality, I expect Howie to have learned from his mistakes and just use God-given common sense. Facts. Yeah, it's a fact, but I don't think that. I don't think I expect that. I really don't. The best case scenario for me is that this is a scout given draft. Like the scouts are all over this draft. You know what I'm saying? Like Howie just kind of falls back and says, I trust you. I will say in his defense, I think it's a major step that Howie wasn't at that, dinner with Kenny Pickett. I think him falling back and letting the quarterback coach do that, at the very least, is a good sign for somebody like Jalen Hurts. But it makes, maybe, he's not going to be the guy all in with his hand in the cookie jar, right? Watch the Steelers get the best out of Avery. He fits the defense perfectly. I wouldn't be surprised. We saw him kind of coming into his own towards the end with the Eagles. And the Steelers took Villanueva from us. I don't know if you guys remember Alejandro Villanueva. Old boy was from like Army or something like that, and the Eagles picked him up and tried their darndest to make him a defensive end, and he was just not having it, just didn't pan out. And then he went to the Steelers and was their starting left tackle for what, like 3, 4, 5 years, something like that. So I don't know if you guys remember him. So the Steelers have a good coaching staff. See, Marianne was ready to say they can't tackle. John Joe says, Howie, I hope has learned from his mistakes, but who knows? Yeah, well, we'll learn. We'll know. We'll figure it out soon. Alex Singleton, Pro Bowler next year. If he is, that'd be crazy. Steelers got Miles Jack. I wanted him for the Birds. Yeah, I wanted him on the Birds too. And they got him for cheap, if we're being 100% honest. Well, Jerry going to get the talent in the building. He won't allow a coach in there to harness all that talent into winning. Mike McCarthy's a decent coach. I don't want to sit here and give flowers to the Cowboys, but Mike McCarthy's not the worst of coaches that they've had. I think he's an upgrade from Jason Garrett. Who do you think the team captains will be in 2020 season? I haven't really given that much thought. You think Hassan Reddick would get it in his first year? I guess it depends on how his, offseason looks and if he becomes a leader. But I'm going to probably say Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. How many is there? 5? Or is there like 4 and a special one every game? I'm going to assume there's 5. But I'll say Brandon Graham, Fletcher Cox. I'll say Jason Kelsey. Does Jalen Hurts get it again? I would assume. I feel like you would have to lose the captain. So I'll assume that, Jalen Hurts gets it again. And then maybe a Hassan Reddick. I'll go on a limb and say Hassan Reddick gets it. I just want to be good again. Last year, it felt like we had no chance of actually winning it all. Yeah, that was tough. It was tough kind of going through that. Even if a blind squirrel finds a nut once in a while. It's true. It's true. What's going on, D Biggie? What's going on? Bang that like button. Yes, sir. Hit that like. Hit that like. Be happy if you remove the profile of Mr. Lurie. You want me to? I can do it probably. The Eagles want to get as young as they possibly can. When they said they were going to get young, they meant it. This is what we need to do. This is what we need to do. I don't need your wrench no more, Joe. I got wrenches from the Washington community. Now, I'm playing. Do you still got a wrench? I'm surprised I didn't take it away from you in anger. Shout out to Reese Scott, says my intro's fire. You get a wrench. You know what I'm saying? When you shout out my intro, you get a wrench. That's how we work in here. All right, Riley. He said, I'm a diehard Eagles fan. I love your content. I'm a new subscriber. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Usually we're a little bit, during the actual football season, we're a lot more organized. I live stream darn near every day. So, you know, the off season is where I just kind of do my thing. But I appreciate y'all coming in here and rocking with me, to be honest. Yeah, I'm glad they're coming back. Kelly Green, we need a QB, bro. Joe, will you be doing the draft live? Definitely. I definitely will. I definitely will. I'm gonna talk. Shout out to OJ Mo for subscribing. Shout out to you. But yeah, I'm gonna talk to a couple people, see if we can't do like a big, like Eagles, all the Eagles content creators get together. You know what I'm saying? I would have to figure out how that would work. I don't know. We got to talk to people. Start hitting up your favorite content creators and be like, Joe wants to moderate a big, you know what I'm saying, round table for the draft. I'm going to hit some people up, see what we could do. I need a censor button like TV studios because every time I hear about Jefferson, it triggers my PTSD. Diehard Eagles fan here in Vegas. I'm wanting to move to an area in Philly I miss back home. I feel you, man. My girl's whole family's like actually from Philly. I'm from Connecticut. You know what I'm saying? Me and my girl have talked about if we would move back up north. We would think about it. We live in Florida right now. I live in Florida, so it's gonna be hard to really pry us from this nice weather. If we had to draft a quarterback, who would it be? If you're asking me from the Eagles' point of view, it looks like a Kenny Pickett or a Matt Corral. If you're asking me from my opinion, it would probably be either Matt Corral, maybe a Sam Howell, maybe a Malik Willis. Those are probably my three. I don't really think Kenny Pickett is worth a draft pick, especially with them baby hands. I just get nervous with that. I'm good on it. You said Miles Jack only racked up 62 and 15 games played last year. I like Kaiser over him. Tackles don't tell the full story. I'll say that much. You know, tackles realistically don't tell them full story. Kaiser, he's a good player. I'm not gonna say I like Kaiser over Miles Jack at the rate that we got him at. You know, at the contract that we got Kaiser at. You know, it was probably a better deal than what we would have gotten with Miles Jack. But I don't know. I like Miles Jack. We will never see Zach Ertz and Kelly Green. Is he picked up yet? Did he get signed yet? Hurts is going to have to win 10 games convincingly with his arm in order to secure his job. I don't even think it's a win or loss thing, you know, because we can lose a lot of games from our defense. But even if you look at the games that we won, it wasn't because of him. Like, you know, a lot of these games weren't because of him. He just has to take control of this offense. But Marianne, you're 100% right. He's going to have to, you know, show that he can, you know, has the propensity to win games with his arm at the very least to secure his job. But it's going to be hard for him, at least. Yeah, you said it right there, at least. Hey, on the bright side, I still watch every Eagles game I did last year. Hey, that's love. Do you still do content, Infamous? Do you still make content? Are you still playing? I think Jerry historically has kept your talent. Y'all got pinched by Dak, D-Law, Zeke, and the bunch, although for them getting their money. Yeah, get that money, man, especially Zeke. He ain't been doing nothing. How you feel about black helmets? I'm with it. It's not like we play in Arizona, you know what I'm saying? So they ain't going to get too hot. OJ Mo, what's going on? Kelly Green last warn against the Packers was fire. Big facts. Big facts. I love the helmets. Yeah, I'm cool with it. Great job, Joe. I appreciate you. Black helmets would be dope. A new Eagle wing would be... Yeah, I mean, let's not change everything, you know? Whatever y'all do, don't give Philly Notion a mic. That dude, loud as that. I love Philly Notion, man. Shout out to, I said, hold on. And warm it up. No, let me stop. No, I love Philly Notion. That's my guy, man. I love that energy. Drew, what's going on? Infamous says, don't move up to Philly, Joe. Trust now yet. If I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know this is like mad random, but my dream is to work for the Eagles at least for 1 year. Like I'm not. That's not my end game with this whole podcast thing, but I really want to work with or work for them for at least one season, right? I've worked with darn near almost all their employees at this point. But I would love to just be there and work for the team for a year, or at least a year. You know, if it becomes a career, then awesome. But I don't know if I would live in Philly doing that. Me and my girl have talked about this because it's something that, you know, could realistically happen. I could realistically have to cover the team, you know, and she's a photographer that travels everywhere. Like, they pay her to travel, so she don't care. She killing it. That's understandable, bro. We agree. Hurts isn't it. Pretty sure Philly, the murder capital, the last 2 years. Not the best time to move here. I hate this city sometimes. It's tough, man. I hate to see it, to be real. I hate to see it. Matt Corral would dominate with Sirianni's offense. I think Matt Corral would be very good. I do think Matt Corral would be very, very good. I thought about moving to Rittenhouse Square. I don't know too much about Philly like that, so I would just, you know, I would defer to my girl if we were to move up there. I would like just, you know, let me know what we're doing with this money. Baker Mayfield, Birds will trade for and send Hurts to the Browns, and Baker can get the ball downfield. Well, I mean, the Browns don't need a quarterback, you know, in that trade. They would probably be looking for just straight, you know, draft capital if they even trade him. I've been hearing rumors that Baker Mayfield is most likely not going to get traded and he might get cut, and the Browns might just hold on to him. Like, there's a possibility of all three those things happening. So I don't know. I don't know if the demand for a Baker Mayfield at his contract is really out there. Zach Ertz re-signed with the Cardinals. Oh, okay. I missed that. Thank you. I don't know why I missed that. I don't think 31 mil. Oh yeah. Now I remember, Marianne, because I was like, I said the same thing. I was like, 31 mil. Yeesh. Yeah, we definitely wasn't gonna pay him that much. Shout out to him, man. God bless him. Continue to bring youth to your aging defense. Use the Baltimore plan and buy in with Hurts. It could work. I agree. Look, you put talent around almost any player, it's gonna help them, right? So, I mean, I think that, just to put this to bed, I haven't talked about Hurts in a long time. We haven't done this, so just to put this to bed, I think that Hurts is good enough to be on a great team and not lose you games. I do. I think that he is great. I think that you can win the Super Bowl with him as your quarterback. Just everything else has to be in place to not, like, the defense has to be a scoring defense, right? Like, you look at the Ravens, you look at the Chiefs for a little while, they were a scoring defense. But you look at a lot of these teams that didn't necessarily have great quarterback play at that time, but were still being good. Obviously, when Patrick Mahomes came, it was totally different. But they had scoring defenses. You know what I'm saying? So if we can get a defense that puts up points, it'll help us a lot. We saw how it helped with, you know, Darius Slay getting his touchdowns, you know, with the amount of turnovers we were able to get this year. So if we can just keep getting better on defense, I agree. Will you do a live mock draft with LB? Yeah, I'll hit up LB. Man, when's the last time me and LB worked? Me and Brunson haven't worked in a minute. Yeah, shout out to my guy, Lord Brunson. I'm definitely going to have to hit him up. Philly's too cold. Philly is cold. Up north is cold in general. I'm from Connecticut, so trust me, I know cold. I'm no stranger to it. Shout out to all the 40 people in the chat, man. Let's get this likes up to 35. We at 28. What are we at right now? We at 32, so 3 more likes. Let's get up to 40. Let's get these up to 40 likes. Let's go. Eagles fan 2 says, I think the 2022 team captains will be Hurts, Slay, Smith, Reddick, and Jake Elliott. I respect that. Jake Elliott is the comeback player of the year last year. I don't care. Can't tell me nothing. Philly is like Chicago, bro. Every day all crazy up here. It sucks to hear. It really does. Infamous says, I don't make content no more. I stopped playing here. My meniscus. Oh, you tore your meniscus? Damn, man. Zamir and Mekhi all went to Boston College yesterday. It hurts, but happy for them. Sorry to hear that, man. We'll just keep grinding, bro. Get back on the content, bro. Get back on the content. You was killing it. Sorry to hear that, though, bro. Zachary Tyler says Matt Corral couldn't even beat Baylor, but he's supposed to be an NFL team. I respect that. You got me. You can't really argue with that. You can't really argue with that. Michael says, I have a feeling how we will draft a quarterback either this year or next year. I don't think we will play Hurts $30 million plus to be our starter. That's a very good point, Michael. I don't think a lot of people put that into perspective, that after, you know, maybe we can get by not paying him after this year, like, and you go into 2023 on his final year of his contract. But normally you pay a quarterback in their third year, especially, when you don't have that fifth year contract, or fifth year option. So you're going to have to pay him soon. Do you really realistically feel he's worth $30-35 million on the low end? Like, we see these contracts. For a second round pick for Baker? No, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't give up a second round pick for Baker. What's going on, Eagles Company? What's going on, Champion State of Mind? Will Smith put the stamp on Philly talk-ish, get hit. Facts. Facts. What's going on, Champion State of Mind? I like that name. What's going on with DK? Look, I don't think we're getting DK. I don't want to be pessimistic. I don't want to be a hater. I don't want to be the guy that says, something's not going to happen, but I doubt that it's going to happen. I just do, unfortunately. Oh, shout out to my guy, Tone, man. He got Jeffery Kerr on right now. He got Jeff Kerr on right now. I'm going to leave a message. I'm going to leave it. Look at that. We going to leave a comment on. I'm over here watching other lives while I'm live. By them drafting a QB, it will prolong them from paying a QB that kind of money for another 5 years. Exactly, and then you can keep on growing with this team. You can keep growing this team, I should say. That's all you can ask. Get it right, Howie. Facts. What's going on, William? Haven't seen you in a minute. Edward said Chicago was a scoring defense. Yeah, they didn't have a good quarterback. I mean, I wouldn't put Jalen Hurts in the same company as a Mitch Trubisky, though. I really wouldn't. I really would not put. No, I can't do that. I can't do that. All right, but listen, I am about to get off of here, you guys. But I'm about to leave a link. My boy Tone DeShields, I just had him on the show. He got Jeffery Kerr on right now. If you guys don't know who he is, CBS Sports, definitely a dope dude. I'm gonna go watch the interview while I'm doing what I gotta do. But definitely go check out that link. Go swarm his live. Go swarm his live. Tell him I sent y'all, because I'm about to get out of here. But I appreciate everybody that's in here. Before you do leave, please hit that like, hit that subscribe if you are new. And I'm going to try and be here tomorrow. I promise. I'm going to try and be here tomorrow. But y'all know what it is. Fly goes fly. And we out here. Peace. And go say what up to Tone for me.
Eagles fans everywhere. This is for you.
Fly goes flying when you on the team. Touchdown. Time to get Jalen this ring. You don't really want to start a thing. This a bird gang nation, baby. It's a Philly thing. Hater, and you looking like you type trash. I'm just here calling on Philly the podcast. And we can call a man dog or watch Miles score off the handoff. Rest of the division, your man saw Jackson like Sean, hunting like Randolph. Season here, early time to do them in. Your boy Philly Fresco. Thanks for tuning in.